It is Tuesday, April 30th, and today I'm just wondering if I might clarify my critical comments about the Cowboys draft that I expressed yesterday.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your lifestyle. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fint Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fint Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to flintfinancial.com or Fint Financial's YouTube channel.
There's been a significant development in your laundry room. Laundry detergent sheets, not dryer sheets, but the same concept. Paper thin, remarkably efficient. Just toss one into your load of clothes and voila! Sparkling clean and smelling great. And as a plus, they're hypoallergenic for those with sensitive skin. Plastic jugs of detergent, jugs that just wind up in trash heaps. It's easy to get your laundry detergent sheets. Just go to the link in today's podcast episode.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
You know, in sports, it's easy to be critical. We have the advantage of hindsight, 2020 hindsight. And my opinion, of course, I don't think is anywhere comparable to all that information that the scouts compiled from the Cowboys. But, you know, after 39 years in the draft, I do a ton of draft prep and evaluation of players. Now, I don't know if it means anything, but I was pretty critical of last year's draft. And it wound up being, by Pro Football Focus, the least impactful draft of any of the 32 teams in the NFL. Here's what I would have done, and it echoes what I said on the air in the draft coverage. I think the trade down from number 1 at 24 to 29 to pick up a solid third was excellent. Excellent. But at 29, I wouldn't have taken the Oklahoma tackle Tyler Guyton. I'd have gone for much more sure thing, in my estimation, Oregon center Jackson Powers Johnson. Best center in America. Plug and play. The second round, for me, was fine. Marshawn Nealand is a backup player, but has very nice measurables and may well be the successor to DeMarcus Lawrence at one of the defensive ends while he's learning on the job this year. Number 73, the third-round draft pick they picked up in a trade. They took Kansas State guard Cooper Beebe. That's fine. Solid player. Plug him into left guard. You just drafted a center, Jackson Powers Johnson. He starts. Cooper Beebe at left guard. He starts. And you move Tyler Smith out to left tackle, the position he was drafted for. When Dallas took Tyler Smith 2 years ago, he was to be the successor to Tyron Smith at left tackle. If all this happens, your offensive line is remade, and everybody's starting at the same position they were drafted to fill. Let's go to the later third round. This one I really didn't like. They took Marist Liufau, the linebacker from Notre Dame. I would have taken Peyton Wilson, the linebacker from NC State. And by the way, right after the Cowboys made their choice, The Steelers grabbed Peyton Wilson. Why did Peyton Wilson get this far in the draft? Everybody's worried about his medicals. I understand. He's had 10 surgeries. I understand. But none of those surgeries in the last 2 years. He's been well the last 2 years. In fact, so well that at the combine, at 6'4", 235 pounds, he ran a 4.4340. That's obscene speed for a man that size. The fastest 40 of any linebacker at the combine. I believe he's also a plug and play. Put him in at the outside linebacker on the other side from Micah Parsons. I'll be watching closely this year for the progress of Jackson Powers Johnson with the Raiders and Peyton Wilson with the Steelers. In the fourth round, wait a minute. Cowboys didn't have a fourth round pick. But they did have ammunition to go get one. Get aggressive. Trade next year's 3 for a 4 here. Teams would do that. Several teams made deals like that. The Cowboys made a deal like that last year, giving up a 5th this year to get a 6th last year, and they took cornerback Eric Scott. Get aggressive. Go get a runner. You had no runner. And by the middle of the fourth round, there was an ocean of runners available. Jalen Wright from Tennessee was still there. Probably the highest rated left on the board. But there were 4 runners the Cowboys liked. Braden Allen from Wisconsin, Bucky Irving from Oregon, Ray Davis from Kentucky, and Isaac Guerendo from Louisville. Any of those 4, I believe, would have been the starting running back for the Cowboys next year. So, by the way, the rest of the picks, the late 5th, the 6th, and 2 7th, they're okay. The Cowboys saw something in them they liked. And by the way, those rounds sometimes produce really good players. Evidence? The 5th rounder this year where they took the cornerback, Kalen Carson. 2 years ago in the 5th round, they took Deron Bland with a 5th round pick. And he's blossomed into a star. But anyway, if we'd have taken my strategy instead of theirs, the offensive line is fixed. They've got a linebacker in Wilson. They've got a runner in whichever one they wanted. And they've got pretty solid-looking other kids to fill out the draft. The next important thing for pro football teams is signing undrafted free agents. Only 257 guys were drafted this weekend by the NFL. That leaves a lot of players out there who had decent college careers. Now, the one the Cowboys had to bid for was a Minnesota tight end named Brevin Ford Spann. In fact, the Cowboys had to bid for him at such a point that they gave him a $20,000 signing bonus and guaranteed $225,000 of his salary this year. That's pretty unheard of in undrafted free agent signings. But you might look for that tight end, Brevin Ford Spann, to move in to be the number 3 tight end with the Cowboys this year. But of the undrafted free agents they signed, the one I liked the most was a kid named Cooper Crooms from Minnesota. In fact, just like the tight end, they signed 2 Minnesota people. He was the best left on my evaluation board. Now, I don't know what the Cowboys board looked like, but those, for me, are 2 players to watch. Tomorrow, we'll do more Cowboys. And a question nobody is asking about this team.
Today's episode brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Sooner, Better Lifestyle, and by Star Power, Love Where You Live.
Just Wondering is a production of DSP Media for FanStream Sports. You can find Norm's show along with other great programming at fanstreamsports.com.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed it, hit follow. And every weekday, a fresh new episode of Just Wondering will be delivered right to you. And if you enjoy this podcast, please share it with a friend. Finally, should you have questions or comments, please share them with us by going to X and our address at Norm's Clubhouse. That's Just Wondering with Norm Hitzges. And every day, I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.